everyone, this is my beautiful wife.
This is my beautiful wifey.
Mwah. And today we're eating mini tacos, fruit salad,
Oh la la.
and guac. Yeah, so let's get started.
Pick a place and there we'll go. Walk this jungle like a pro and learn to laugh. Try some food that I don't know. That's the rhythm of my soul. But that's me. What about you?
And welcome back. Yes, let's dig in. We have two types of tacos, beef and chicken. I'm not sure you can see the difference.
Beef?
There.
Chicken.
Yeah, so let's get started.
Let's get started.
And guac, I said guac, I think. Is it sourish enough for
Yes.
you, honey?
Guac is mucho importante.
Homemade guac, it's always the best.
Absolutely.
Hot. Now
And the cold guac.
the guac is in season. I mean, not the guac, the avocado. The guac is in season too.
Guac is always in season. In my opinion.
In my opinion too.
When you put cold guac on top
Like
and
I
it's
bought
really hot, perfect.
in Walmart the other day, for you it will be about a week ago or something, like $1.79 for 5 avocados.
5 of them? Wow.
Yeah, like it was like for you it was a couple of weeks ago, like, and it's Canadian dollars, so it was
Wow.
so cheap. So
Wow.
yeah, it was so amazing.
That is ridiculously insane price.
I know.
Wow. That's very unusual.
But it's definitely in season now. I have.
Okay.
Which
Give me
one?
chicken beef.
Chicken beef. So, yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mucho delicious.
Delicioso.
Delicious. Yeah. Only thanks to Dora and Diego.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been into Spanish, so working on improving, at least learning Spanish, we're tagging along.
Yeah. We need to take it more seriously though. Like, we really want to learn Spanish.
Yeah, we're slacking a little bit. Very a lot. But we're on a mission to learn Spanish. I really want to, so, and Spanish is a great language.
Especially for me. I said to them that probably I will never write in Spanish, but hopefully I will be able to understand.
That's good enough. As you can understand and you
And just
can
something-
speak back, that's all you need. And you can read. Well,
Basic communication. Yeah, but when you read,
you'll be able to read.
usually you can understand what you read. That what happened to us in Bulgaria. We could actually read. It was pretty cool.
I know, it's interesting.
We could totally understand what they mean.
Yeah. The letters are pure Russian, but it sounds a bit like a wrong Russian a little bit.
But you could understand the meaning, like.
More?
Which one do you want?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, thank you. Good.
They're mine?
I think so.
I have no idea. Is it yours?
I don't know.
No. Thank you anyway.
Good.
Languages are nice. And guac is nice. Oops.
I don't really big on languages. I mean, I do speak 3 languages, really. And understand another 2. Because we too understand, we understand Ukrainian.
I don't.
You don't understand Ukrainian?
No, I don't.
Because
I don't think I do.
I don't understand Ukrainian. And by default, I understand a little bit of Polish. Again,
I haven't listened to Ukrainian for many years, but I didn't like it. Actually, story time. As kids, are born in Ukraine, but it was still USSR, so we lived in the part where they spoke Russian, right? There was no, but Ukrainian we had to learn in school. And again, I don't like to use the word hate, but I really disliked strongly those classes. I really didn't like the language. I don't know, I just didn't like it. Well, I guess as any kid who forced to learn some kind of language, like forced, you have to do what you have to do. I didn't like it.
yeah. I know that,
But I think it wasn't, as bad as they let me think. Because, you know, I was okay. But I didn't like it.
actually, as far as I know you're pretty good with languages. You're a pretty easy learner and you can get very well.
But you know, even
Pretty fast.
Yeah, but even like Russian in school, it sucked because, you know, in those days they forced us to memorize poems and stuff. Like, it was just nasty attitude.
It was like they got approach to the language art very differently from
It was
here.
so forceful, it's so not fun. It some kind of takes your desire of learning anything at all, like in school. Totally.
A lot of memory based. Like you had to learn a lot of poems by heart, and then you had to like it was anxiety inducing. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
You had to learn it by heart, which was, you know, some could do it easier, some could do it, you know, slower, but you had to present it with all the class. You had to talk with the teacher, with the class, and if you did a mistake, the teacher was doing like.
Yeah, it was awful.
Like-
A lot of shaming and a lot of, you know, anxiety. Awful.
Yeah. Again,
No fun.
let's say me as a dyslexic kid, I had to read so fast, like per 30 seconds, and someone was sitting with me, and it was
It's in a minute.
It was minutes, 30,
Yeah.
30 seconds.
So they will take you. You have a class happening, and the teacher would
Story
give you
time.
some very big story time, and they would. I remember it like yesterday. No wonder I don't like school. And they would take you back to back of the class, and one by one, and they'll sit with you and time you for a minute how many words you can read. It was pretty awful.
And as a dyslexic kid, you can imagine that this was the horror of my life because I never could get the right amount of words that I needed for my age. So yeah, it was horrible.
Fruit salad,
Fruit salad. So we have here
blueberries,
oranges.
blueberries,
Yes.
mangoes,
Yes.
bananas, and apples.
Yeah.
Well, I could read many words.
I know you could.
I was one of them in the best of the class.
No.
At the top. With most of things. But I didn't like it. I was just naturally good.
I was the best in class with art, with the paintings and etc. But who cared about this?
No art. No art here.
No. Because musicians, everything about the music was very valued as a skill, but everything with painting and art and etc., trust me, wasn't as valued.
Unless you instantly Picasso, you're worthless.
We couldn't be Picasso instantly, really.
Basically, they leave the kids scarred and traumatized for life. And you definitely don't like school after that.
Not at all. By the way, until these days, we are extremely competitive in schools there. They don't recognize any learning disabilities as a general rule. People until these days have no idea what is learning disability. It's shameful if the child is remotely has troubles in school, so children put under immense
Pressure.
until these days. Yeah, when I talk to people that came from Russia and I said that I'm dyslexic, they have no idea what is and what is coming from. And,
Yeah, because now reflecting back, you remember all those poor kids who really
struggle.
sucked, and really it was so hard for them. It totally sucked for them, but they really considered to be bad students and would get really bad grades, and really were like, everybody knew who they are, those bad students. But reflecting back, they probably had some learning disability. I don't
Most
know.
of them.
I personally don't like the learning disability, but like learning differences, because everybody learns differently, and
Yeah,
that's
I love
fine.
learning differently.
Yeah, but it's like there must have been dyslexic or something, but they were put under such an immense pressure, and they were just considered bad students, and at some point everybody gave up on them. They were just there, and they would just get bad grades, and they would just
That's it.
they would just be present there.
Yeah, it was horrible and shameful, and yeah, if you couldn't read, or I have another story time. I have a relative.
Poor us.
Oh, I know. I have a relative. She's my age, but she was always brilliant student. She was well spoken. She was one of those straight A students all the time. When I came to Israel to meet me, I was in my, I think, around 18 years old when I was talking, and I said in one of this that I'm dyslexic and I'm slower reader and I can't write. She wanted me to write something, and I gave her as I usually do, give to the person, write me this and that, and I'm not sure what it was, and
Now again, she can write.
I can write.
It was
but
difficult for her, and she's concerned of spelling stuff wrong, so that's why she's
especially
asking.
names and phone numbers and all of this, I prefer to give to the person who does it better. Can I have?
Absolutely.
Does it better, so that's what you have to see. She stopped talking to me coherent from this time and on, and until these days she always look at me like this, like that I'm less than, not mentioned,
Not worthy.
not worthy, yeah. And yeah, it took her a lot of years in Israel to understand that it's okay. There are a lot of people that have learning differences, really.
Yeah. It's not easy at all. Such a shameful subject.
My parents couldn't believe me that I'm dyslexic until 9th grade, and I begged them for diagnosis to take the test, because the answer was always, oh, you are not stupid, you're just lazy, you're just distracted, you're not that, because they were so afraid of diagnosis, because in your society until these days, if you have some diagnosis, especially mental one, you can't drive, if you can't do anything, so
You can't get a good job.
you can't get a good job, it's written somewhere, oh, it will be written somewhere. And it was like genuine scare of my parents that until someone will told her that like it's okay, it's okay. It took me years basically.
That's why it's important. It's about educating other people. It's
Yeah.
not shameful that you're dyslexic, but you have to, keep talking about it and making sure, it's something known. It's nothing to be shameful about. It's something that you just learn differently and you approach things differently. And if it's caught at a younger age, it can be...
It's never will be reversed.
It's never reversed, but you can overcome, and you learn how to overcome things.
Yeah.
And it's not becoming such a big obstacle like it's for Victoria. Let's say for Ariel, he's dyslexic too, but it's not going to be it's already not such a big deal for him like for Victoria, because we sent him to tutors, and she taught him how to approach things differently and learn
Something
differently.
that I learned during the years in the university, how to learn how to do stuff. I'm teaching Ariel, and it's basically it's not an issue anymore, because for me to get to this point to teach myself how to do stuff, it took me years and years. And Ariel actually easier, and my brother, which is dyslexic too, he easier as well. He got it easier because he got some treatment.
He had tutors, like
No.
some program. It was a program, some kind of program. There are different programs, different, a little bit different approaches to stuff. This is the same as Ariel's tutor. He was slow in reading, and she taught him how to read. She connected the dots in his mind, and since then he's reading like, he can read 300, 400 pages in a week, even less, depends if he wants to read more or less. It's just like not a big deal anymore.
The thing is, for dyslexic, there is dyslexia, there is dysgraphia, there is calculate for people. It was like different names of different parts of the learning process. But for people that they have this one, especially with dyslexia, when they're reading involved, the thing is that the different parts of brain works instead of the one small part that takes way less power from your brain power. So basically, to do the same task for me and for Regina, for me it takes way more brain power than for her. So basically, yes, I can read and I can get to the same result, but by the time I'm getting there, I will be 3 times as much tired as she will if she will read the same, and analyze the same thing. On the other hand, my brain learns so much how to instruct information from the written word that I need to read it only once, and I know and I can detect all the
Sum it
up so efficiently that
yeah, she can sum it up the huge page like for 2 sentences, and I can't do that. I could never sum up well. We struggle with that because I'm in the written word, so I read everything. But again, there is interesting fact that there are no 2 dyslexic people are the same. In every one of them, every dyslexic person, it presents slightly different than the other one. So you'll never meet 2 dyslexics who are exactly the same. So it's kind of fascinating.
the brain is fascinating in my opinion. Just different. On the other hand, I have whole other abilities that that I was sure all my life that other people have the same and they can read. Apparently, it's not working this.
No,
this
different
way.
parts of the brain, different abilities, different talents.
Maybe we will talk about this one, how the different brains
Maybe.
works. Versus dyslexic brain and
Yes, it's very interesting. Sometimes I'm a little bit jealous of her. Oh, not jealous, but I was like, oh, I want to be like that. I want to do this and that. I want to be able to do that.
yeah. And on the daily basis, basically, I'm jealous of her because, like, you know, you can do it and I don't, and I can't. Like, I can, but it takes me so long. So yeah.
It's basically complement each other. We rely on our
Inner
strength,
strength to
focusing on our strength, bringing them together.
So yeah, thank you for listening to us. And if you have some dyslexic kid in your like your kid or you know kid, give them a hug. Know that they work their best to do something that other people can do easier. Let's put it this way, and they work for the same outcome 2 or 3 times as much.
But they have different talents that you might not have.
Yeah, but you need to find it.
Absolutely.
And and encourage it and search it and encourage it. Otherwise, they feel especially in our system that you're just pure stupid without any support and now
Tell you otherwise.
yeah, and feeling like, you know, worthless basically. So
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, about the fruit salad was delicious. the
Thank you.
fruits totally
The
worked
first-
together.
yeah,
It was great.
And I even didn't spritz not lemon,
There's no
nothing.
sweetener in there, nothing. It's just pure
Because-
juice, pure fruit.
For juices from mango because it was frozen mango.
And the blueberries were frozen.
Blueberries frozen and mangoes.
No fresh blueberries.
And orange, all the juices came together and it was amazing.
And the fruits are really good. Tasted amazing.
So yeah, thank you so very much for
Thank
being
you.
with us, and don't forget to subscribe, write us a comment, thumbs up us, and cheers,
Love and love. And
and
remember, go to what you're doing and do something fun every day. And be nice to each other.
yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.